Yo, what's up? I'm here with your information on this part-time printer, the XP 15000. Yes, I'm going to give you the information you need on this great part-time printer. It's not a full-time printer. You do what you want to do, but I can't recommend this as a full-time. And as you know, I'm going to give information. I don't like to say stuff and then don't prove my point. If you want to say it's a full-time printer, prove your point. Bring proof. Don't just say it. You know, I'm going to show you why I say it's a part-time and not a full-time. I don't like to just put stuff out there. I'm not going to be no hypocrite. I'm going to show you why it's a part-time and not a full-time. All right? Again, help a brother out. Subscribe. You don't have to do no notification, nothing. Just hit the subscribe button. Help a brother out grow this channel. All right? So let's get started the show. Watch this info video. Here we go. So, start show. Now, what's missing from my conversion video is there's a screw here. There's two screws. One in the top here. When you remove this piece, there's a screw here, and there's one down here. Underneath the bottom, there's a screw here, and there's one up in the top back here. And then you take this screw out, and then there's the same on this side, one back here, and then one right underneath the bottom. And then you take the side panel off, and then this side panel off, and then that's all, and then this top panel off, and then you can access this. And then all the other components, there's like really nothing else to take off here. And then the conversion, the rest of the video is just, you just follow it through, and you know, you do your rails and whatever else. Problem I noticed is that I'm running into issues with when I have two roller things in. I should have left my third in here, because how this thing does, it does stupid print checks, the nozzle checks, and it does it from the paper tray down here. You can't get it to do it from the rear tray in the back. You can't get it to do it from there. It has to be done from here, and I've been trying to get it to do from the rear tray. Every time I try to get it done from the rear tray, it does some weird arrow thing, and I can't get it to do it, so I just don't bother. I just do it from down here. Things you're gonna need. I'm trying to use rolls, as I told you before. I'm trying to use rolls on here. I don't know if you watched any of my previous videos on these printers. Using rolls on these things is not really a possibility. I've seen people try to tell you, oh, you can use them, not the US versions of these things. You may maybe get away with them with the European versions, but not the US versions. All right. It's just the programming of the motherboards, how they're programmed. You can't do certain things with the US versions. The European versions, you can get away with certain things. The Japanese versions, the other versions, but the US versions, you won't be able to get away with using rolls on here. It's just how they're programmed on the motherboards. All right. So you won't be able to get away with using rolls on here. At least I can't. I've tried almost everything. It just don't work. But if you want to follow somebody else's way, you can do you. But I haven't been able to get it to work. So I'm trying a different method of how to use rolls. And I really need to make a video on DTF sheets and rolls and all this other stuff. So you see, I have different kind of rolls and sheets that I'm actually learning how to use, and I need to make a video about all of this. So when you're doing this part-time DTF thing, you're gonna need these 8x11s. They're called they're actually A4 sheets. You're gonna need, especially on this printer here, you're gonna need A4 sheets, because you're gonna have to load down here with them. If you don't buy A4 sheets, you're gonna have to literally cut it from your rolls, or if you buy the big sheets like this, you're gonna have to make it yourself. You're gonna have to cut it to size. All right. Either way, same difference. You just know you're gonna have to do it from down here. And if you don't know, if you're doing nozzle checks, do not do nozzle checks on these flipping things. Don't do it. If you're doing nozzle checks and you want to check your colors, yes, that's fine. But to check your whites, you need to do it on DTF sheets. All right, you need to do nozzle checks on DTF sheets. I really need to make a short about this. And then when you do your nozzle checks, just grab a rag, paper towel, whatever, and you just wipe it off when you're done. All right, as soon as it print out, it looks good, wipe it off. It looks bad, wipe it off, and just dump it right back into the tray like so. All right, quick tidbit of information. All right, now let's get back to this thing. So here's put it back in thing. So you can keep reusing the same exact DTF sheet. See, this thing is a use and abuse. I actually need to throw it out. It's so beat up. All right, so that's a trick I use. I've been telling people that for a minute now. If you watched a bunch of my videos, that tip is actually in there. Now, the one thing I do like about this printer over the 8550 is that it actually likes to read sheets without any paper tape nonsense. You can just take the sheet, cut it, put it in the back, load it, and it'll just print. You don't have to do no nonsense to it. It really pretty good at that. It'll just read the sheet one shot. No matter what sheet you put in here, it'll just read it and spit it out. So that's pretty good. Now, what I don't like about this thing is, actually it's in, I'm trying to clear the nozzles because I did something stupid in learning how to use, let me show you. In learning how to use rolls, yeah, this is one of them. Learning how to use rolls, I keep doing stupid stuff, and I keep getting head strikes. See, that's a head strike. This is actually a head strike. And what I'm doing, I'm clogging up the nozzles. It prints so far, and then it will actually start clogging the nozzles. See, there it is. Start getting head strikes because what happened was I put in a thing. I tried to extend my exit tray, and the paper got caught on it. So it just started to warp, and then it started to bang on the print head. So it started to clog the nozzles, and now I have clogged nozzles because of it. So now I'm trying to clear the nozzle head, and yeah, I'm not happy. Yeah, I'm not happy. But that's beside the point. So the problem, so when you have this part-time printer, so let's get back on focus here. What makes it such a good part-time printer is that if you are a part-time printing personnel, let me get this out of here because let me turn it on. Turn it on would be even better. You turn it on. Power. Oh, good. I didn't plug it out. Your part-time printing personnel. All right. And you turn your printer on. And you want to go somewhere for the weekend or whatever. All you literally got to do is just pop these things out. And I told you all in theory, but here it is in practice. You just pop these things out. Let me see if I can put this on the tripod. Put it on the pod. you grab your cartridge. You cover up your cartridge. Let me get the cover. Like so. And you pop your cleaning cartridge in. Well, you clean it, of course, which you can use Q-tip or whatever the hell you want. You clean your little cleaning station back in here. You clean up your thing. And then you pop your cleaning cartridge in. You run a couple of head cleans because you just pop this open here. You fill it up with cleaning solution. You run a couple of head cleans. And your printer's ready to go for storage. Just like that. You can't do that with a 8550. Well, if you use my method, you can also do that with the 8550, but not as simple as this. You get what I'm saying? This just makes it so much easier. And you can do this over and over and over again. Endlessly. On an endless loop. And you can just, and what makes it so nicer, this printer is $300 and something. No, it's $400 at its highest price. Yes. So, and you can get it on sale. If you find it on sale cheap enough, you can get it for like $300 on sale. I've seen it as low as $300 on sale. So if you can actually find this thing on sale at a really good price. You know what I'm saying? And then you buy all the pieces. This is, I think, I just saw this again. The sys system. This is about $60, I think. $70? $80? This sys system. Complete system. $80. And then these, you're going to need these things. This is about $20. These little packet things. So you're looking at somewhere about $600, $700, because you need the software to make it chipless. And then you have this whole thing about $700, and you have this as a part-time DTF printer. And this is a lot more robust than the 8550, because here what makes it more robust than the 8550. When you take these out, right, you don't have to worry about the ink inside here drying up, right? You can take these out. You seal them with these. All right, so you're actually sealing this. Then you seal your, oh, give me a second. I gotta, give me a second. Then you seal your ink tanks. So you're sealing everything here. So now you seal this complete system, so these won't dry out at all. Your whites won't dry up, your lines won't dry up, because it's the same way it comes in a bottle. So you seal this whole thing up, right? So your inks won't dry out. You're gone for like a week or 2 weeks. So this whole system is sealed, right? This whole system. Then you come back, you pop it in, you run it again. Your system just like you never left it. If you try this mess with the 8550, you're gonna run into problems. This thing used so little ink. I have printed over 50 prints, and I've used that much ink. Yeah, it used such little ink. It's crazy how little ink it uses, right? So if you're doing part-time DTF, this will help you a lot. Full-time, this is not for us. This is for a little person doing some little things. If you want to do big time, and that's another thing. If you're doing full-time DTF where you want to push out quality goods at a quality, this is not the stuff for us, right? You want to make sure your ink quality is good. You want to make sure your print thickness is good. You want to, the ink thickness on here is very, very, very thin, and I cannot get it any thicker than a certain thickness. You want to make sure the consistency is right. I cannot get the consistency on here proper. It takes too much time to get stuff done. When I take it off of here, I can't do what I do with the 8550. I can't just take the prints off of here and put it in the oven for like 2 seconds. No, I have to take it off of here. I'm telling you, there's so much I'm gonna have to teach you with this, that the shortcuts I can do with the 8550 I cannot do here. This is why I say I'm gonna have to dedicate like a whole week of a whole like just course time of just few videos of just this stuff, because everything I did on the 8550 you can't do here. So much of it you can't just copy and paste it. It's a whole lot different. It's a whole different nightmare. So this is why I say it's the settings I use from the 8550 can't use here. A lot of the settings are different. A lot of the setup in CAD-Link is different. The way you have to do it's just different. Some of the stuff is okay. A lot of it is not. How CAD-Link look at this is different, and when I start getting on the computer and other stuff in other videos, you're gonna start see the difference in this one and 8550, how they start make difference, how they print different. You're gonna see. I'll show it to you. So don't worry, I'm gonna start show the difference. Now, one of the things I don't like here where the difference truly start to come in with my 8550, right? When you if 8550 running, right? I'm jumping out of sequence here, and I'm gonna jump out of sequence. Sorry, I don't do stuff in sequence. When I'm printing, you do like 4 or 5 prints in it. You can in your 8550 you can just print forever till you run out, till the actual run out of ink, right? And no, in here, after about every 3 to 4 prints, you have to literally pull this thing. You have to literally plug this out. You have to physically pull this out. Every 3 to 4 prints, you have to physically pull this out. It's not full. It's not anything. To physically pull it out, push it back in, come over here, hit done, wait for this to process, right? Wait for all this to get done, and keep it on this screen. See, you got to keep it on that screen. You have to keep it here. See, the tank is not full. And you have to keep it here. If you don't keep it here, you will literally print, and halfway through your prints or right at the beginning of your prints, it will just stop printing and spit out your print and tell you you're out of ink. Yes, it will do that halfway through a print if you don't keep track of how much inks are in these tanks, in these ink cartridges. And trust me, you can burn through an ink cartridge like that, because it don't care what's in here. It only cares how much ink can hold in here, and that's all it cares about. It don't care about nothing you got going on here. So even though no matter how full this is, it only cares about what it can hold in here. So that's why I keep saying, that's why I said it's a perfect part-time printer, not a full-time. For someone who's printing a lot of stuff, you're gonna go nuts. Constantly have to babysit this stupid thing. If you got like 50, 40 things to print, so like I say, if you're printing, and if you're printing and in the middle of, you're printing 40 or 50 prints, and in the middle of your prints, 40 or 50 prints, you have to, in the middle of print 4 or 5 prints, you have to keep coming back here and pull the thing, pull it. 4 prints, have to pull it. Wait, push it back in. Print, pull it. Wait, push it back in. Pull it. Wait, push it back in. Every 4 or 5 prints, I don't know about you, but I will lose my ever-loving crap, because I had to print 10 things. And every 3 to 4 prints, I have to come in here and do this. I almost lost my ever-loving mind. doing that. I just want to take this thing off the desk and toss it, because that is annoying. And this is not even a week. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. My camera keeps dying on me. But anyways, let me try this one more time. So here we go. Let me try it one more time with this camera not dying. Hopefully it don't die on me again. So here we go. Where was I? I was talking about the Oh, this thing keeps. Yeah, I have to keep pulling this stupid thing. But if I didn't have, if I have to keep doing that, I don't want to do this full time. With this full time, I go back to 8550. Where I don't have to deal with this. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if you want to deal with that, that's up to you. If you want to do this full time on this thing, I'm not going to. But you can if you want to. Do you get what I'm saying? That is your choice. Your choice. You do you. I'm not gonna stop you from doing you. That's why I say this is a great part-time printer, and it's perfect for part-time work. You get your cleaning solutions. You print your 5, 6, 10 things, whatever. You can deal with that. That's perfectly fine. You don't even need this. Honestly, if you're doing part-time printing, this is plenty. You buy a set of this. You buy a set of this. You buy these chips. You can actually buy, and I even actually I showed you everything you needed to do on my theory video on how to do all of this. If anybody needs full information on how to actually do this, hit me up. Send me messages. I have no problem walking through or even showing people how to do this. This is actually the simplest thing to do on these little chips. And this thing is $20. You buy this for $20. You buy a set of actual reusable inks, and you take the chips off the back, because that's what this is. This I bought a set of reusable ink. You take the chips off the back. You slap them on the back of this reusable tank, and you make this tin chipless, and you just slap them on here, and you just keep reusing the same reusable tank. That's all this is. That's it. And this helps the printer print properly. That's what this does. That little chip will help this printer print perfectly every time. This was the missing key to the puzzle that I was that's what I was missing. When I made my video say I couldn't recommend this printer because it was printing like garbage, well, that was the missing key. Because without this on the back of these little chipless things, the printer didn't know what the hell to do with the cartridges that was in it. Even though the printer says chipless, it still needed something in this printhead in this printhead thing to state that there was cartridges sitting in the printer. And each one of these sys containers actually have chips sitting on the back of them. So I actually bought another set of chips that's sitting on the back of here. So there's another set of cartridges, and I took the chips off the back of the cartridges, and they're actually sitting on the back of these chipless containers. So let me show you, so people don't think I'm lying. See? There's chips sitting on the back of them. And that is literally the missing piece of the puzzle. And that's why now I can actually recommend this printer, because now this thing is printing. When I say perfectly, it's printing perfectly. I cannot tell the difference between this and if I print something, if I tell the printer to print a picture from your computer, if I tell the printer to print from the computer, you will not be able to tell that I use a chipless tanks, because the printer won't know that's they're chipless cartridges, because it thinks there's actual chip cartridges in the printer because of those chips on the back. That's what the printer was missing when I had the chipless cartridges in. And now that's why I can actually recommend now this printer as full-time DTF printer. As a part-time, not full-time, part-time DTF printer. And anybody who wants to do part-time DTF, trust me, you will not lose if you want to use this printer. I recommend this with this method, and you don't have to buy this. This is just an accessory. If you ever want to, you can just buy this. Buy 2 sets of this, one for storage. Again, and if you watch my informational video, the informational video is also a part of this video, and I'm going to keep making videos on probably the cleanup. I'm probably never going to do the cleanup part of it until I'm literally going to put it in storage, because I use my printer every day, so I don't need to do the cleanup side of it. The cleanup side of it will come when I'm actually going to put it in storage, because I'm going to switch back over to the 8550, because this is not a full-time printer, like at all. So I will go back to the 8550, and I want to put these back in. And when I'm going to do the storage side of it, then I'm going to put these back in, and then I'm going to show people how to do that. Then when I'm going to do the storage side, then I'm going to show you how to put these in as the storage chips, the storage section of it, and then everybody can see how to do that side of it. All right, so stay tuned, subscribe. Hopefully that answers some questions. Any questions, just send a message. I have 0 problems, and everybody can see I reply back, so send me a message. If you have a question, send a message. You have questions, comment, anything. Like I said, my brain don't work like everybody else's, so I love words. Words hate me, so if I don't say stuff straight, just know it's not on purpose. I just don't know how to say stuff that I want to say sometimes. All right? Certified crazy person. It's not on purpose. It's not just a name. It's an actual fact. All right? So... Alright, so there's a printing. She's printing away, right? Told you, she's printing just fine. Another good side is, even though it has like somewhat of 1 or 2 of the nozzles clogged, it doesn't do like the 8550 either. So you can actually get away with having a few clogged nozzles on this one, which is actually pretty nice. It doesn't do what the 8550 do, like if you have clogged nozzles that print like really, really bad. Here, the nozzles are clogged. It doesn't print as bad. So you can actually get away with a little bit of the nozzles being clogged. So that's a plus, I guess. But I still wouldn't recommend printing, especially if you're trying to sell the stuff with clogged nozzles. But that's not it. It's pretty good. I can't complain too much. Especially for part-timing, you'll be fine. Just don't clog your nozzles and you'll be perfectly fine. But there it goes, it's printing. As soon as it's done, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright. Alright, so here's a finished product. Finished printing. And there it is. See? Not bad, right? Oh, I don't want to mess it up. Hope I can get it. Hold that straight. See? Not bad at all, right? Didn't focus. I hope it's focusing. There you go. Hope it's focusing for you. Not bad at all, right? See, print's pretty decent. Get some nicer light on it. And it looks like this on here, but that's because of the the DTF sheet. But when you take it off of here and all that stuff goes away, it looks awesome. When I press this on a shirt, I'll actually show you what it looks like when it's on a shirt. But I'm telling you, it looks a lot better when it gets on a shirt. As you can see, look at the whites. You can see the whites. There's like no print defects in the whites. It prints really, really good. So I am actually not disappointed in this print quality, like at all. And this is with some clogged nozzles. All right. I'm still working on cleaning up the nozzles. It's just gonna take me some time to get them clear. I'm trying to take my time to get it done. I'm trying not to rush the issue. I'm trying to find a new way to clean nozzles apart from my other way. So there's like, I think there's another way to do it. This one just takes a lot longer to do it. That is probably the only way. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Usually I just take it out of the 8550 and just dump it straight into my oven. But because of how this printer is, I can't just dump it into my oven. I have to take it off and I have to let it sit. I literally have to let it sit on the counter for like a minute or two. Or I have to put it on top of the oven. When the oven gets to set, when the oven hit maximum temperature, I have to let it sit on top of the oven for like a full 30 seconds. So when the oven gets hot, I have to let it sit up here for about 30 seconds. And so it dries out some before I can apply powder to it. This is also something I have to show you later in one of my other videos. I'll show you that later. But it just don't work the same way as my 8550. Usually I just pop it out and then dump it into the 8550, dump it and then dump powder on it. All right, but that's later video. All right, but till later, peace.